Okay guys, what is going on, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So since we last spoke, I've got some new camera gear, as you can probably tell by this video. So I'm going to try and shoot everything in 4K going forward. I've been filming everything up until this point on my phone, which is super convenient, but I think I'm ready to upgrade a little bit. And yeah, I've basically got the Sony A7C, which is a pretty compact camera. It only weighs about 500 grams, and then I've got a pretty beastie lens on that, a 16 to 28mm lens. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to share some better quality stuff for you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. For the last 20 videos, I have filmed using only my phone, which is pretty crazy, and I've only filmed them in 1080p just to make it easy for editing and stuff. But yeah, I'm filming in S-Log3, which for those that don't know is like a grey colour profile. You keep all of the dynamic range, keep loads of colour, and then you kind of bring it to life using LUTs and colour grading. So yeah, that's a basic overview of what S-Log3 is. So right now I'm just at my girlfriend's house in Manchester. I'm going to be driving up to the lakes where I'm going to be camping on Lake Windermere, and the reason for that is there's going to be a pretty good firework display tonight, which will be pretty awesome to see, which will be happening at Lake Windermere and Bowness. And my parents have got a static caravan. It's shut for the season now, so it shuts in winter, but I'm going to be camping on the shoreline of Lake Windermere. Just because it's winter, it makes it a bit tougher to hit some of the summits, but don't get me wrong, I'll still be summit camping quite frequently. But yeah, I'm just going to head up to the Lake District, and I'll see you guys on Lake Windermere. Probably I'm worried a little bit too much about videography and like the quality now. Like I've got a bit like down up the rabbit hole, which I probably shouldn't be going down, and I should just stick to my niche, which is hiking and camping. But I don't know, I think capturing stuff on the old camera is pretty fun, and for all the safety freaks out there, don't worry, I'm not touching the camera while I'm driving. This is perfectly legal. So yeah, while I'm just driving, I might as well have a bit of a natter. I've been booking up some stuff for next year, and I'm really excited for some of the projects I'm attempting next year. So for most of you, you're probably aware that I'm planning on doing Mont Blanc in August 2025, but I got reached out to by a company that really excites me called Skyhook, and yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. I've heard of them before. They've got a decent following on social media, and they've done a ton of trips. The reviews are brilliant, and they basically want like the content redoing for a lot of the trips. So like the Kilimanjaro trip and the Tour de Mont Blanc trip, they've not got the best social content and like website content for it. So that's one of the reasons why I've decided to invest a little bit heavily into videography equipment, because obviously I love making my accounts about me, but I also love capturing moments and events. Saying that, this winter's hit me like a ton of bricks. Like it's like the 5th of November today, Bonfire Day, hence the fireworks on Windermere, and I just think like I cannot believe how early it's gone dark. I mean, I was under the impression, I don't know why, that it would still be light at like 6, half 6 until like December, January, but like that's literally it now until March. Like it's literally going to be dark 5 o'clock till March. It's really going to mess up camping, and I don't really know what I did last year. I actually don't think I was going out that much last year. I think I was probably doing like 1 camping trip a month in winter, and to be honest, I want to do at least 3 camping trips a month. So I arrived at the absolutely stunning Windermere. It's about 2:30, so I've got about 2 hours of sunlight left, which is a real shame, but that's winter for you. We're kind of transitioning now from autumn to winter, but there's still a ton of beautiful colours out today. I'm going to head down the lake a couple of kilometres, and then I'm going to set up in a really nice spot. I have camped here before. It's really nice, it's dead peaceful. There's no one about, especially this time of year. Now the date is the 5th of November, so it's Bombfire Night tonight. I can see Bowness and Windermere from where I'll be camping, so I'm hoping that there's going to be some pretty decent firework displays that I'll get for free. Visibility isn't great, but as night falls, I should definitely start to see some of these explosions. There's so many dead leaves here, it's crazy. Take a look at this. gonna go here. It's funny because this time of year you literally need a ground sheet because the ground will be wet now until probably April. Like, it's very unlikely you're gonna get 4 or 5 sunny, dry, warm days enough to dry the ground, so a ground sheet is crucial, especially in winter. Maybe in summer you can get away with not having one, but in winter, definitely. This is a pretty decent pitch. Got the lake here. I'll probably go down to my little private beach and watch the fireworks in a bit. So let's take a look at today's tent. We've got the 4-season Southern Cross 2 by Terra Nova, a true freestanding backpacking tent weighing only 2.2 kilos. This is definitely the lightest true 4-season tent I own. Now, I own a few tents that claim to be 4-season, but if I was in a storm, I don't think I'd trust them, to be honest. The only compromise with this particular tent, I'd say, is the space inside. It's definitely a 2-man, but it is a small 2-man. Although saying that, it does have 2 entrances and 2 exits, which is pretty cool. I'll just assemble it now and I'll show you guys. Okay, so the tent is set up and I'm now going to set up my sleeping pad, which is the Sea to Summit Etherlight Extreme. This is a really good sleeping pad, to be fair. It is ridiculously expensive. It's like 220 quid or something ridiculous. And when I bought it, I tried to save myself like 40 quid. I ended up ordering it from like Germany. It came and I had to pay import taxes on it, so bear that in mind. If you think you're getting a deal that's too good to be true, chances are it is. Let's set this monster up. Now, this is an RN of 6.2 and is the definition of a winter sleeping pad. Now, I know what you guys are thinking already. Why haven't you got yourself like a flex tail pump or like a Tillib, like nano pump? And to be honest, I have so much stuff to charge up, like my headphones, my camera, my phone, my power banks. Like, there's so much stuff to charge up. The last thing I want to be thinking about is another thing I have to charge, if that makes sense. I don't mind using a stuff sack. When you're cold, the activity of doing it warms you up a little bit, and I don't know. And I can get it up in probably 2 minutes, or we'll see anyway. Now, the reason that you use a stuff sack and you don't pump straight into the mat is because the moisture from your mouth can cause mold in the mat, dampen the mat, and then make it colder anyway. So using like fresh air or clean air will make sure your sleeping mat lasts longer and is warmer. That was definitely less than 2 minutes for the record. Probably a minute. And there we have it. Sea to Summit Etherlight, 10 centimeters thick. One hell of an investment, but perfect for winter. Let's get the sleeping bag out. So I have actually moved away from compression sacks and I've started just using a bag liner like this. It's literally just a bin bag. I put my clothes in here and my sleeping bag because it folds away just as small and I can stick it at the bottom of my bag, and I just feel like it fills my bag out better than having one really hard stuff sack flying around in my bag, if that makes sense. So sleeping bag wise, I've got the Rab Alpine 600. This is one hell of a sleeping bag. It's rated to -9 and I've been in it in -5 and I was toasty as. You don't need any clothes and I literally sleep with this open even in really cold conditions. But again, it is a big investment. And if you are on a bit of a budget and you need a new sleeping bag for winter, I recommend probably Alpkit. I think Alpkit probably do the best value for money winter sleeping bags. But I might be wrong. If you know any better brands, let me know. And I'm super conscious of this touching the floor because it's so expensive, but even having it around my neck, I can feel the heat straight away. It's one hell of a sleeping bag, man. I do love it, can't lie. I'm just in the process of making a video for these guys at the moment. Blue Etty sent me this like power station through. It's pretty sick, to be fair, but the biggest issue with it is it's 10 bloody kilos, so I don't think I'll be taking it much places. Things like camping in my car or camping on a campsite is pretty good, but other than that, I don't think I'll be using it much. Nothing too crazy for my dinner. I've just got some pasta from Marks and Spencer's and then some snacks for later. If you've not tried this pasta, it's the honey and mustard chicken pasta from Marks and Spencer's. It's absolutely insane. Honestly, you need to try it. I'll tell you one thing, guys, I was wrong about the bugs. I thought with it being the first week in November, I thought all the bugs would be dead by now and I'd be able to chill out, but literally, I think it's because I'm by a lake, I'm getting bitten to death. I can't believe it. Usually this time of year, from memory, you're fine, but I must be misremembering. I should have brought my bug spray. Okay guys, that's pretty much the finished setup. Because it's winter, I'm going to be doing a bit of editing when the night comes in and just a bit of admin on my laptop. I've got everything charging on this, which is pretty good to be fair, especially because I'm not too far from my car. A few finishing touches. I'm going to be using the Alpkit drift pillow. I've got my Montane camp slippers. I love putting slippers on when I've had boots on, especially after a long hike, but after today's 1.5 kilometers on flat ground, I don't think I deserve it. And yeah, I do like a pillow. Like, I know it's not for everyone and you can just use a down jacket, but for the sake of like 12, 15 quid, I think it's worth it. And there we have it, the Alpkit drift pillow. Get that set up there, nice. Put my slippers on now, and also got merino wool base layers just in case I'm cold tonight. Now, if you don't know about merino wool, I definitely recommend trying it. It makes camping so much more comfortable. It stops you from sweating so you don't stink the next day. And not only that, it keeps you really, really warm. It's really good. I've got pants and a top. I just got cheap ones off like Amazon, I think. But I think it's like 80% merino wool or 90% merino wool, but it does the job pretty well, to be fair. Like I said, I've just had my pasta and I'm gonna go for a little wander, I think, down to the beach. I love getting out in the tent, even in winter. I'm gonna try and get out probably 2 or 3 times a month all the way through winter. And like I was mentioning earlier in the video, I definitely want to do some crazy camping in Glencoe and the Nevis range. I've got the gear, I'm ready to do it. Like, I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally this year managed to get the gear together, get the experience behind me, and yeah, I can't wait, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay guys, I'm inside the tent now. It is pretty cold. I've not got a flash, so I'm using my phone torch. Okay, the time is 11 o'clock. I'm gonna get my head down now. It's pretty cold, surprisingly, even at sea level. But yeah, I should be fine. I've got everything I need to camp in November. I'll see you guys in the morning.